Minutes. Hey everyone, this is Andy Hall. With me, as always, is Jack Matirko. How you doing, Jack?
Hello. I'm doing well, Andy. I'm doing well.
Well, I feel right now that you and your look, it's very professional. I have to tell you.
I'm faking it, but if you can fake professionalism, if you can fake sincerity, you've got it made. Is that what they say?
Well, well. I've always said that if I can't be funny, then I'll be sincere. That's my go-to.
It's a good way to look at it. So how is your weekend? We don't have a guest this week.
We don't. Well,
we sort of do. We have a guest artworks.
Yes, Tom McDonald, who was on our show. I saw your tweet, by the way. And I retweeted you. Tom McDonald is an exceptionally talented animator. He was on our old show, Naked Dinah Podcast, and I saw that one of his shorts got on Adult Swim. Now, we're not going to be showing that short because there'll be copyright issues, and we don't want any of that.
Right.
But I do have a link in the description to his channel, Hot Regards, and I also have a link to his channel in the chat. So you can all check out he's incredibly talented. He's offbeat to say the least. And he has a distinctive style.
I think that's kind of Adult Swim's brand, offbeat.
Yeah. And I know that when we talked to him years ago, he was just like many creatives, right? Anyone who is creative, who's trying to break in, just banging his head, and just trying to get it in. And now he has a short on. So it's always good to hear about people we know being successful.
Yes. It's always good because hopefully we can come by and exploit their wealth.
Jack Matirko on fire. Yeah, that is quite true. Shameless.
Sometimes you have to be. It's what I'm learning. Sometimes you just have to be shameless.
Okay, so I want to tell you something. I woke up last night about 1 o'clock in the morning. And if you're going to have shouting next door, right? And I guess if you're going to have like some kind of shouting match, some drunk shouting match, altercation going on, that's about the right time to do it. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah. No, obviously. You don't want to do that in the middle of the day when you're not bothering anybody.
Oh, right. And so 1 o'clock in the morning, and one guy yells at another guy, "You bit my face."
And the great thing about hearing neighbors argue through the wall is that you have to theater of the mind the whole thing and imagine what's going on. And then you hear "you bit my face," and that's hours of entertainment just wondering what the fuck happened.
And the thing is, it's the next building over, so it's the next house over, and so that's how loud they were yelling at each other. Is that there was like our wall and at least a good 20 feet between wherever they were yelling at, and they were just vampires, tons of mice. That's right, they could have been vampires, right? Tons of mice.
Could be.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was my adventures this morning, being woken up.
I had nothing nearly so exciting. I got some new soap.
You got some new soap? Is this?
I got some new soap. I got this fancy, handmade artisanal oregano oil soap. So the fun thing about the oregano oil soap. Apparently, oregano oil has some antibacterial properties. I don't know if that's true or not, but I like how oregano smells, so I'm just fine with the soap as it is. But it's one thing when you have a bar of soap and you smell it and you say, "Oh, that smells nice." And it's another thing when you take a shower in a small bathroom, and now my entire bathroom smells like a pizza parlor. Which isn't bad, it's just weird.
So I have to ask you this. Did your how did you happen? Oh, no, I don't want to get you into trouble with anyone in your personal life. But how did you come across this oregano soap? Did you seek it out, or did someone give it to you?
Sometimes you have to take a break from doom scrolling, and you go on Amazon and you just start looking for weird stuff.
Okay, and you found, and somehow
I found this fancy soap, and I'm like, I like the smell of oregano. I like oregano, so I'll try it. And now my bathroom smells like a pizzeria.
Well, would you buy it again?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long it lasts, because that's a big factor for me, especially with these fancy high glycerin content soaps. Is they wear down really fast, and
Right.
and then there's just not a lot of bang for your buck there. So
Tons of mice asked, did Jack think he was buying weed soap? And someone put something.
no. If I wanted weed soap, I know I can get that. We have recreational in Arizona now, so I'm sure it's on the market.
Tobin Templeman's like, yeah, you just saw. Yeah, we're going to be covering every job interview. That's a freaking whole. We've been talking for a while. We should actually just get into some videos.
Yeah, let's watch some cartoons.
Yeah, this is cartoons. They are wonderful. So now we get to see Andy struggle with technology, but this shouldn't be that hard, right?
We've done this before.
And we're professionals, or at least Jack is. Let's go with green eggs and ham for husbands, just bouncing off that whole Dr. Seuss controversy that's going on here.
Fair enough.
Yeah, all right. So I'm going to see if that works. And I'm going to see if this is where. Oh, hey, look at that. It almost looks like it's going to work out well. All right, let's play this out.
Hey, Phil, can you come help peel the potatoes? No, I will not. I will not help you peel the potatoes. I don't want to be rude, but I don't want to help you a lot. Are you kidding me, Phil? Hey, my puppies are sore, and I just kicked them up. And if I had to stand up now, it would thoroughly suck. Phil, I'm going to stab you with a fork if you don't come help me. You could stab me with a fork. You could speak to me roughly like you are from New York. But I will not peel the potatoes, because my puppies are howling like that weird singer you like, Bjork. Well, I'm sorry, I listen to music that isn't white guys playing the blues. Honey, remember to use the meat thermometer. You've always struggled with pork, and if you overcook the meat tonight, I'll take you to court. Fork stab! Ow! What was that for? Well, I told you I was going to stab you with a fork, you idiot. Well, did it ever occur to you I was busy thinking of fun rhymes? Fork stab! Ow! Fine, I'll help. Just please don't speak to me roughly, like you are from New York. Marital nightmare.
That spoke to me, Jack Matirko.
Did it?
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, we'll go. We'll talk about that before we get to the next one. So
do you have any hot takes about the whole Dr. Seuss thing, by the way?
So what? So the owners of the Dr. Seuss of those books decided on their own that they thought it was inappropriate,
and these were not. Also, I mean, to some extent, there's a business decision there too, right? Like these aren't the Dr. Seuss books that are flying off the shelf. They're not talking about Cat in the Hat or Green Eggs and Ham or even the more kind of down the list ones, like
right. Yeah. So so I think that's reasonable. When you think about what's going on with the new Space Jam movie, about them deciding not to have Pepe Le Pew, in the new Space Jam movie, it was pretty creepy. Pepe Le Pew.
I didn't hear that part. I heard all this stuff about Lola Bunny and
all
of that, but I didn't hear that they weren't putting Pepe Le Pew in. That's interesting.
That's what I heard.
Are the French angry?
Well, the French are angry about everything anyway, right? Unlike us relaxed people over here in the States. Fork stab. I really like fork stab. I thought that was, that was innovative. And Digital Bookworm. She could have been his face. That's right.
We're getting callbacks from the comment section. Jeez.
We have a very evolved comment section here. Very gifted people. That's what you have. So yeah. And you know what, Jack? I just figured out that St. Patrick's Day is coming up pretty soon.
It is.
The last time I was out in a pub getting drunk, and I shouldn't have done this last year, was on St. Patrick's Day, because it was just when the apocalypse was upon us.
Yeah, but it hadn't kicked into gear yet. There hadn't been a shutdown yet.
Right. It hadn't been a shutdown, so I was at my favorite pub in the world, the Burn, in Somerville, where you have been, where we've been at a couple of pints, and that was the last time I was out. So it's going to be a year.
The last time I was out.
Yeah, basically, out living like a person. The last time I was out living like a person.
You know what's right before St. Patrick's Day?
It's Easter? Your birthday? No. Your birthday's coming up, but it's not within the next week or so.
Space Bat Day.
What's that?
Space Bat Day. Space
Bat Day.
Yes, the commemoration of the time that a little bat clung on to a NASA rocket that was going to space and inspired a nation.
God bless America, Jack Matirko.
Space Bat bless America.
All right, so to continue our whole happily married theme, even though it may not be a theme, we've only had one video, but the second video, Jack Matirko, is going to be how to stay married, and having two videos about marriage. Now we have a trend.
I see. Yes, I agree. Okay, so this is sound advice. Is what we're going to see here.
Oh yeah, well, fork stab is also sound advice too. You can't go wrong with fork stab. Let's see. Let's check out how to stay married.
How to Stay Married with Tish and Tucker. Today we learn how to stay married and make a trip to the supermarket.
Tucker, have you misplaced my keys?
No, Tish, I did not misplace your keys. Maybe it's you whom has misplaced your brain.
Do you really want to go there right now?
Yes, just because we're gussing up for the 10-year anniversary of our local supermarket doesn't mean I am going to refrain from going there. About the location of your brain, sounds like someone is surly because he'd rather stay home and do yard work while getting good and drunk, but instead he has to go to the stupid supermarket.
You make me feel like a real nincompoop. You know how important the supermarket anniversary is.
I know, it is like the daytime Emmys of local events. Geez, I'm sorry, Tish. You know I like to get drunk doing yard work on Saturdays. But you know, I bet I can get drunk on the complimentary sparkling cider if I pressure the grocery clerk to keep topping off my Dixie cup. Oh, I don't know, about 100 times.
Promise me you'll get a little drunk and not Jack-in-the-Box taco drunk.
I will just get a little drunk for you. This is the who's who of town. Tucker better behave. Word is, the mayor may even make an appearance. You know what they say. There's nothing sadder than the sight of the bottom of an empty Dixie cup, because there should be alcohol cider in it. You know my son Tony? Well, last weekend, he came out to us as a slap bassist. That's right, I will have a slap bassist, and I will call him son.
Oh wow, slap bass? He doesn't want to play bass the normal way, like with a plectrum.
Hey Tish, check out Tony, the supermarket owner.
Oh my, he's pulsating with pizzazz.
Oh darling, a hippie pulsates with pizzazz. A businessman pulsates with salesmanship.
We should go congratulate him.
Congratulations are in order. This is hands down top 5 supermarket anniversaries I've attended this year. Oh, a businessman smoking marijuana. I mean, what do I call him? A business AMR.
Tucker, don't say a word.
Tucker, pull it together. The incongruence of a businessman that smokes marijuana seems to have made you flappable. That's a recipe for madness. Hello. I wanted to congratulate Tony on a swell supermarket anniversary. but I'm disturbed. I want everybody to know, but especially the Chamber of Commerce, that I saw Tony smoking marijuana out the back. That's right. This businessman is actually a businessman.
What is this? Marijuana for butts? You're depraved, Tony.
Is this marijuana?
Dave, put that down. It's marijuana.
See, I told you I don't have a drinking problem, dear. Turns out it's the marijuana that's getting me so drunk.
Banned for life. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Tucker?
Tucker, choose your next words carefully. I'm an idiot.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Cha-ching. Hold on, Tucker. You've successfully gone to the supermarket and stayed married.
That's actually a lot harder than a lot of people. You know, I'm gonna make a confession right here, Jack Matirko, just between you and me, and just between you and me. When I was married for 20 years, I could not go to the supermarket and do a proper shop with my then wife.
Yeah. Is it just different styles of shopping, or different techniques or patterns, or what is it?
It's all about dominance. That's what it is. It's all about dominance with some people, right? And that's maybe why my start of marriage lasted 20 years. I don't know. But we could not. It's like one person would have to be in charge in the supermarket. And I just said, I cannot do this. Wow, maybe I'm like just sharing. I'm just sharing my thoughts and feelings right now. And I just figured out I'm just going to go to the shop. I'm just going to go to the market on my own. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go on my own. I get more stuff done there. And, you know, maybe I'll get a blowjob. I mean, I don't know. No, that's not true. That's not true.
But oh, now, like, I imagine that's a, you know, I think in most of my relationships, I tended to be when it was a live-in situation, I tended to be the one to do the supermarket shopping.
Oh, right.
Okay. But I think that's a good division of labor, and it does, especially the weird thing about the pandemic is everybody's having everything delivered, so there is no opportunity to go to the supermarket and get a break from each other every once in a while, which is problematic to say the least. I think that's caused a lot of tension in a lot of people's lives.
Well, I think there's, you know, it'll be interesting to see the social science that comes out after this pandemic is over, if it ever is done. But, you know, about exactly.
I mean, we know both the numbers are going up, but do you think that there's going to be a higher rate and increase in divorces or babies? Because they're both going up.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll get the worst of both worlds. Maybe we'll have a bunch of unwanted kids. I mean, hey, Andy Hall, looking on the bright side of things, right? Oh, man. Yeah, so it's no surprise I picked two of the marriage-related videos to share with you guys. Jack Matirko, your choice. Eggnog addiction or sons become lovers?
Oh, eggnog addiction. That is. Yeah, I like that. I have my oldest, dearest friend is someone who is way too excited every year when it hits eggnog season. I'm sure you know at least a couple people who are way too into eggnog. I do it with apple cider around Thanksgiving myself, so I understand the impulse. I just think that eggnog is a horrible consistency of a thing. I like the taste of it, but it's like drinking slime. It's really.
I just have to say this. You can say one thing about eggnog is that I've never heard of any cult doing a mass suicide with eggnog.
That's true.
Right? So that's a big plus in eggnog's favor right there.
Which is weird because, you know, the almond flavor of the cyanide would really complement the eggnog.
Throw a little bit of nutmeg in there and oh my God. All right. A little bit from the chat too before we jump into the next video. Jack in the Box, best worst taco ever. Yeah, taco drunk. Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box taco drunk. I did like that line.
That was good. That was inspired, and
I also appreciated the nod to the stereotypical suburban middle class wife with a live, love, laugh journal in her drawer, because that's a thing. And
I don't think anyone. I don't know who has to remind themselves to live, love, laugh, but apparently there's a whole cottage industry.
well, it's an easy thing to slap in a binder, you know.
This is true. All right. I'm gonna. Hey, Kendra, how you doing? Say hello to Kendra in the chat there. All right, so let's go to eggnog addiction, and we'll see what that's all about. Eggnog addiction and the evils that it causes.
Boy, how do I describe eggnog?
It's a drink.
Oh yeah, that's a good spice. My mouth tastes like a frickin' grandma's foyer on Christmas. Drinking eggnog is like heaven. Heaven where 1 million tiny orgasms all over your body. Well, that's a tripping on eggnog right now. Shallow pine cones. Why are there so many holiday tree branches here?
We French vigorously when he's screaming.
Creamy is a colloquial term for stagnant eggnog mass.
When he's screaming, his mouth feels like soft serve.
Yes, what? My mouth feels like velvet sex. See, when you drink eggnog at the volume that we do, your mouth tends to be filled with mucus all day, inevitably to today's lunch.
We eat Szechuan wontons for lunch, not mucus.
Carry these little spit bags around. Mucus, you'll have no room left for knobs.
You have a belly full of mucus. My mucus bag smells like wontons. Yum, yum.
Drinking eggnog is not legal, so why should I be ashamed? You know, eggnog is just the big red of milk.
Big Red is the egg not overcome.
Smart lady. Big Red turns your breath into fire. I've seen the flames on the packaging. I don't know. It has to do with the devil, not my problem. I hail Satan myself.
Hail soon.
Hail Satan. Drinking eggnog's not hurting anybody. If anything, it's hurting me. The doctors have diagnosed me with bog mouth. I did go to jail, but it wasn't for eggnog. Because I called the cop Mr. Ding Dong. Talking, hey, Mr. Ding Dong. Hey, what are you doing, Mr. Ding Dong? He told me to stop. Mr. Ding Dong is upset.
Wait a second, hon. You told me you called him Mr. Ding Ding.
God, I love this woman. She looks like a rabbit. She drinks so much eggnog and pulls her teeth, calcifies, and rubs her holiday teeth. She's like a rabbit.
Oh, isn't he sweet?
Does our lifestyle make my wife and I murderers like John Wayne Gacy? I think not. Okay. No. That's great.
That was great. All right, let's kill that. The holiday teeth, Jack Matirko. The holiday teeth, the most important teeth you could grow.
The holiday teeth. I'll tell you what, though. The thing about most people I know, anyone who I know that I would describe as having an eggnog addiction isn't really addicted to eggnog so much as they just need something to put Southern Comfort in.
Oh yeah. I can definitely see that. Because of the combination of the flavors there. And if you really like, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong with this, chat and Jack. People on the Venn diagram, people who like oysters and people who like eggnog, there's a lot of overlap there because it's like phlegm, right? I mean, oysters are like sea phlegm, and eggnog's like chicken phlegm.
I don't think that that's true.
You don't think that's true?
No, I don't think that's right. I'm not a big fan of oysters, but I think the places that actually do them well are generally you know, like Louisiana, you know, New Orleans culture, they know what to do with clams.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about New England. I don't know what you people do with them, other than.
What I know is that well, I'm a vegetarian.
Well, other than clam chowder, but.
Oh, well, yeah.
Goes that saying.
I was never big into, you know, you might not know this about me, Jack, but I'm a little paranoid, right? I'm a little anxious. And that has a tendency, that has manifested in the past about my skepticism about seafood in general. And to quote W.C. Fields about what he thought about water is that I don't want to drink anything that fish, you know, shit into, basically, or fucking. So I'm not a huge fan of seafood, even before I became a vegetarian. I'm in that overlap. See, Digital Bookworm says. See, Digital Bookworm, they like the
clams
like,
and the eggnog.
And the eggnog. They know what they clams. That's what he said. So this one, have you seen this one, Jack? The Sons Become Lovers one yet?
I don't believe so. This might surprise you. I didn't research very hard for tonight.
That's okay, because that's fine. That's fine. But this one is we're kind of like sliding into more bizarre territory here. If that's
more, but yes, let's go more bizarre. I'm all for more bizarre.
So we're sliding into more bizarre territory as we go into the playlist, as we go through Mr. McDonald's videos. So we'll check out Sons Become Lovers, which, yeah, I don't know if this is peak weird, but it comes awfully close, I think.
It's up there on the list of weird ones. Okay.
Oh, yeah. All right, Sons Become Lovers.
Hey, sport. Got exciting news. I was just listening to Daughters by John Mayer, and I was thinking about you, son.
Jesus, can you play cool Father-Son Weekend this year?
I just got one special thing planned this year. I rewrote the song Daughters, and I call it Sons. It's about you, son. Fathers, be good to your sons. Sons will live like you do. Sons become lovers. Oh, no, that's not the right. It's the G string that always gets me. Sons become lovers. No. Sons become lovers like you do. Yeah. God, it's no good. You cannot play that song around the campfire in front of everybody. I'm not done. Hold on. So everyone is going knee deep on me going solo. Then out of nowhere, when I hit the line, sons become lovers, you come in and go high. It's a father-son duet. Sing Sons Become Lovers with me, son. Sons become lovers. Yeah, that is the worst line. This is the worst line in the son. You will be a lover, and I'm proud to say, my son is a lover. Please don't say that. Son John Mayer gave humanity a gift with this song. It's painted a beautiful picture of life that makes it so poignant. It's about having a lover child. It's beautiful. So you go high. No, I want you to go high. Sons become lovers and turn into fathers. Like, it's missing chord. You seem very fixated on this line. Well, I'm sons become lovers. Son, right now you see me as dad. But as you get older, you're going to see your old man as a lover, son. Dad, the way you say that makes it sound like we're going to have sex. I don't want to have sex with you, son. But I do want you to go high. Sons become lovers like you do.
So that was that. I think that's probably one of the Tom being at the height of his odd powers right there.
I think that's. I feel like I don't mean to, armchair quarterback, but in my head, it feels like this is a conversation that started with like that scenario is one where Dad thought he needed to have the sex talk with his kid and figured this would be a good in to breaking that ice.
Oh, right. That's a very interesting point. Did you hear my joke about how I did the sex talk with my son?
Probably, but I forget it.
Oh,
so tell it again.
You don't know all of my jokes, Jack Matirko. Shame on you. So, and this is actually based in truth. So the best conversations you can have with your kid, and anyone who has a kid, when you have an awkward conversation, is to do it in the car because you're both looking forward. You don't have to look at each other in the eye. So we're driving, and I go, I feel like I should talk to you about sex. And my kids are like, maybe, they're the appropriate age, 11 or so, right? And he goes, well, I was talking with Bobby. Bobby's one of his friends who's like 13 years old, and he told me everything. Bobby,
the 13-year-old, told him everything.
So the 13.
He's good. He downloaded that info from 13-year-old Bobby, and everything's okay.
Right. And so I said, all right, smart guy. So tell me what you know. And he told me what he knew. And that's the moment I found out what the clitoris is.
It's the moment you found out what the clitoris is.
That's where I found out.
Well, it's a touching story,
It is a touching story.
Kid, we started this conversation where I thought I was going to teach you, but you ended up teaching me. Oh, it's a Hallmark card.
It's a Hallmark moment. That's what it is. That's what it is. He did. I learned things, digital bookworm. You learn things from your children. That's the thing. Now, how old is your kid, Jack? 2 at this point?
Almost. 22 months.
22 months.
Give or take.
So I'm sure that she has taught you various life lessons at this point.
Yeah, a bunch of weird stuff, like what happens when you try and hug a cat. I've seen that play out. What happens when you yank on Daddy's electrical equipment and knock the iMac off the desk? I've seen that one happen. That was an important lesson for me.
Yes. All right. Let's see. I got a couple more queued up here, and of course, Tom has done like a bunch of material, but I have 3 more videos. I want to say hello to Kevin Chaos. He's just popped in along with D Park. D Park's good to see you all there. And yes, Digital Bookworm, he did teach me something. So Jack Matirko, we got every job interview these days or a very white Thanksgiving.
Oh, every job interview these days.
Okay, maybe. Okay, I said the other one was weird, right? The last show that we saw was weird. This is also maybe in the
pretty
same
weird.
way. Yeah. All right.
Is there a thing I can hang on? 1 sec before you start this. I just want to.
All right.
Well, no, never mind. I don't have that setting in here. I feel weird because on screen I'm facing away from you, which seems like it's awkwardly like I need to.
Should I be facing you like this?
This way, if I sit this way, then I look like I'm looking at you, which is better, I think.
Oh, right, because now we have convergent. We have convergent.
Yeah, before I was facing the other way, and it was like we were doing some weird avant thing.
We are very avant here. We are very avant here. All right, so now I like this. See, this is good.
It feels more natural.
We got chemistry here. It's easier for the reactions and stuff. All right, so we're doing every job interview, which is beautiful. All right. Every job interview.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in. So, tell us, why should we hire you? I go to work all the days I'm scheduled for. I get the work done. My personality is not weird. Those are really good answers.
Can you tell us something very fun about yourself?
When I need to blow off a little steam, I lift this and a little psychic steam comes out. Oh, it's Kanye.
I like that. That's a big plus in my book.
I'd like to admit something now. When I need to blow off a little steam, I invite my good friend Jerry over for chowder. Clam. It actually works out quite well for both of us. You see, Jerry loves my chowder, and I love blowing off a little steam to Jerry.
Hey, I wish you hadn't admitted that.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us before we go? All my words are drained, so no, I'm not telling you anything else.
The steam that comes out of your head smells like salmon pasta with cream sauce.
See, now I noticed that there were cactuses in the background.
Oh. And what is that?
And I can't help but see the overall similarities between going to a job interview in Scottsdale and that general presentation.
So it's been a while since we've talked to Tom. I forget where he's from. So maybe
I don't think so.
No.
Well, yeah, no, I don't think so. Not as I recall.
Right. D Park says, "I'm distracted by his leg." Indeed, D Parks. And Jerry looks like he hasn't worked for years. That's how I'm going to look. It's like, well, I'm going to look like I haven't worked in a year by the time I go back to work. Or by the time I go back to work, I'll be like, yeah, I haven't worked for 9 years. So what have you been doing? I mean, for 9 months. Well, it feels like 9 years.
Well, I think one of the advents of the pandemic has been that the social pressure to conform in fashion has kind of utterly disappeared, right? So I think you're going to see a lot more people turning up to work in, cargo shirts and a blazer, or various other combinations of I'm more productive when I dress this way, shut up boss kind of thing, right?
Yeah, people will just be walking, business attire will now be the jacket and just sweatpants, right? Sweatpants.
See, that's why I never understood, like, business casual, it's very static. They don't let you break that up they don't let you min-max it like a D&D character, right? You can't, because if you could, you just get a really nice tie and then wear t-shirt and jeans. And that should be as business casual as a polo shirt and a pair of khakis, if you ask me.
Oh, I'm with you on that. Seeing as someone
barefoot, but top hat. I think that'd be a good.
Well, I'm looking for. I'm hoping for the day that you could just wear flip-flops in the work environment.
I could for a very long time because I worked at an archaeology place with hippies. They didn't care. It was great.
So it's just smoking the herb and walking around with your flip-flops. I see what you guys are up to over there.
I was the computer guy, so they even cared less about how I looked, and because I didn't have to talk to any clients. So,
oh yeah, yeah.
So it was like me, and then there was the archaeologist who would come back to the office covered in dirt.
Yep.
And it's like I look way more professional than you do at the moment.
So you're saying that the bar was relatively low just by the nature of the work, and so you were able to thrive in that environment.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It was good.
I appreciate that. Tuzumai says, I haven't had a real job in years. Fork stab. You know, it took me a while, Tobin, it took me a while because I was brought up a good Baptist boy, right? About the virtues of lying in a job interview. Yeah, I was a little too honest and lost a couple of positions. And then I realized that, I just need to figure out what the other person needs to say, wants me to say, what they want to hear. And that helped me get jobs, yes.
I think that part of the problem with the younger generations entering into the job market is now that we've invented all this amazing technology that lets you look up everything about anyone, they can't lie on their resumes. Was a time where you could put just about anything on your resume and they'd believe you.
This is true. Yeah. Well, you know, it's like that with online dating too, to tell you the truth. I mean, I can't tell you how many, when I was single, how many dates that I didn't go on. Like the initial conversation would go something like, "Oh, how you doing? Oh, good. My name's Andy Hall," and then everything would seem to go well for the first few volleys of chats, and then there would just be ghosting. And I assume at that point that was when they Googled my name and discovered exactly what kind of lunatic I am.
No, it's true. Although, maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's a thing that dating apps need, is like you go on a date and it's just like, well, it didn't work out. Well, it didn't work out. I don't think we should see each other again. And okay, well, can I use you as a reference?
Oh yeah.
That'd be, it's kind of a good combat to the it's not you, it's me. It's just like, well, if it's not me, then you wouldn't mind, giving me 5 stars, and for the next one.
Exactly. I think you're spot on with that. And I'll tell you this: the reason why my girlfriend and I got together initially is, I believe, and she told me this too, is that she never Googled me. She wanted to be surprised. She read my profile. My profile was what won her over. And she's like, no, I didn't want to Google you. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you for your bad judgment.
See, I do that in my head ahead of time. I'm just like, yeah, that's not going to work. Because they're going to look me up. It's not going to happen.
Yes. All right. So what do we have? We have two videos to choose from. We're down to our last 2. I figured out this would be the amount that would get us to about an hour or so. So we got 2 more.
We're doing good. We're pretty on point there. You and I have a very good, over the years, we've come very close to knowing how to get an hour of content out of a conversation. But by the time we were done doing Naked Diner, I barely had to edit it at all. Like I used to, when we started, I had to edit for time constantly. Now, like, but by the time we were done with that show, it was like, we're going to do an hour, and it's going to be an hour.
Exactly. So we have 2 choices. We have, and the 2 Thanksgiving themed videos too. A very white Thanksgiving or silly new boyfriend Thanksgiving.
Well, you've been asking me to pick, so why don't you pick this one?
Oh, well, I think I'm going to go with a very white Thanksgiving, and then we will end on silly new boyfriend Thanksgiving, since I think that is by far the stranger of the 2.
Okay.
Silly new boyfriend. So we're going to do a very white Thanksgiving right now, and check that out.
Oh, hi, Barb. Turkey is almost ready. Look how sexy that is. Wow. Barb, come see how sexy the turkey is.
Clark, is this the melon baller I gave you last year for Christmas? Still in its original packaging?
No, it's a backup melon baller in case I get in the weeds with all my melon balling. I do.
Unbelievable. You went through peak melon season without once using my melon baller?
No, that's a prank melon baller made by Impractical Jokers.
Just say it. You hated my gift.
Barb, we're not melon people. I couldn't even tell you what a melon smells like.
I've seen you eat cantaloupe at Stu's house. And if I recall correctly, you were telling everyone to call you Senor Cantaloupe.
Funny, that doesn't sound like me. Especially because I don't know what cantaloupe smells like. Hey, there's my nephew. Oh, hi, Uncle Jerry. How'd you herb the bird this year? Wait, don't tell me. Tarragon. Oh boy, I bet that bird's looking sexy about now. But not as sexy as this melon baller. Barb, tell me all about this melon baller. And don't omit any details. Jerry, right now's not a good time.
Oh, yes, it is. This is the melon baller I gave to Clark last year for Christmas. And he didn't even open the packaging.
What? But peak melon season has come and gone. Clark? Uncle Jerry, it's complicated. Why didn't you use the melon baller? Jerry, you made me call you Senor Cantaloupe.
Why, Clark?
It's just that a melon baller. It's really fucking stupid. It's really fucking dumb. It's really fucking dumb, bro.
It's just stupid.
I can't argue with that. Melon ballers are dumb.
It's just stupid. Oh, how many things I've got. You know what I got? You know what my parents gave me for my 16th birthday, Jack Matirko?
Not a melon baller.
It was not a melon ball. They gave me White Sox. They gave me White Sox for my 16th birthday.
Like just a pack of tube socks?
Like a pack of socks from Kmart. It's like, wow, maybe a melon ball would have been a little bit more exciting than a pack of tube socks.
I mean, yeah, because you could at least gouge your eyes out or something.
Exactly.
A pack of tube socks. That's borderline Jehovah's Witness territory.
They were strange Baptists. I mean, they weren't like super, they weren't Southern Baptists, but they were just kind of quirky. Well, you've heard stories. My mom had borderline personality disorder, and my dad had a cavalcade of problems. So actually, and looking at it, looking back all these years, maybe the tube socks I got off easy. I mean, nothing bad happened to me that birthday, relatively from them. So the socks weren't bad.
Did you need socks?
Apparently, my mother thought I did. Apparently, and you would think that parents would just buy their kids socks, right?
Instead of waiting for your birthday, yeah, like that's right. A weird choice.
Son, for Christmas, we know we gave you socks for your birthday.
Maybe it was like, listen, son, we know we can't buy you a car, so here's some comfy socks because you're going to be walking a lot.
Exactly. I was hoping for something more than just because it was my 16th birthday, right?
Yeah.
You have expectations. Simply Secular just popped in. How you doing, Simply Secular? What are you doing up? Simply Secular knows I'm doing the show tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. This is the late show, Simply Secular. Jack Matirko and I, we just do all kinds of crazy things here on Sundays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, and you waking up for your morning show is not my problem.
It's not, no, and I prepare a lot of the show beforehand. So tell me this, Jack. I know you're in Arizona, and I know we're about to change the clocks. what does that do for our time together? Are you still the same? Are you? What is that?
We can do the same time. It makes it an hour earlier for me.
Okay.
Because we'll be 3 hours different instead of 2 hours different. So rather than me having to be ready at 8:30, I'll have to be ready at 7:30. Which for them, generally speaking, on Sundays is fine. The only other regular thing I have on Sundays is at like 3, and so I can generally get that over with before 7:30.
All right.
So that's okay. I got no problems there. It'll be. This is the first time it won't be a dramatic shift and make things chaos, but
that's good. We want to make chaos for other people and not for us in terms of running the show.
Yeah. This will be at the same time. It doesn't have to move. It's cool.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear my life doesn't have to change. So this is Silly New Boyfriend Thanksgiving. This might be even the most odd. I know, I keep on saying, and the thing is I forget about how odd the next video is going to be. So I thought the interview was going to be kind of strange, and the son and father one was going to be weird. But I think this particular, we're entering whole new territory here.
Okay, this was the one you wanted to end on.
This is the closer.
This is the closer.
Here.
Okay.
All right, so let's check what's going on here. It's a silly new boyfriend. Silly new boyfriend Thanksgiving, going with that whole Thanksgiving vibe.
That's a good thing to do in March.
Yeah.
Yum, yum, yum. Aren't you nervous to have your new BF at Friendsgiving?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. He's like an expert at blowing kisses. That one's hit my mouth.
Bozo. Why?
Do you think he's gonna like this brioche I made for my hair?
I like how it has the 4 cheeks, like when my twin nieces line up in a row with all of their butt cheeks.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm the new boyfriend. I just had a little bones operation. Do you like my new little bones?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
It's me, Apple, your boyfriend. I got new little bones.
Ow!
I met a little bone doctor. He did a series of operations on me. Look at this little bones go. Look at this bone.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this little bones. Bye-bye, normal bones. Bye-bye, normal bones.
So cool.
Yeah. Why do you do that? My new little bones. Look at this little bone.
Why are you doing this?
I'll have more room for turkey and gravy without all my dumb bones taking up space. Say bye-bye to dumb bones.
Oh, geez, I only brought normal-sized bones. Is that a mistake?
Normal bones isn't a mistake. You fit in with normal bones in this town.
Phew, I always get so nervous about making a big mistake on Thanksgiving. What if I sat upside down and didn't realize it?
Ah, shoot. Sit upside down. Just play it cool, Senior Tonto. Play it cool. What was I thinking? Nobody eats shoes without gravy.
Okay, what I really like about that one,
Tell me,
is how getting the little bones turned all the skin into elbow skin, and it's just hanging on.
Like the first.
It's brilliant.
And and I don't know how it works that you have less arms and less legs to have more turkey. How does that give you more room for turkey and stuffing, Jack?
Don't question it.
Don't question the internal logic of the shtick.
Why were the drinks those half-yard margaritas? Or why did she have a brioche in her hair? That's a weird choice. If those thoughts keep you up at night, good, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So Tons of Mice says Google moderator does not like the notion of a teenage boy finishing off. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think Google moderators are a little bit more stringent on the prime time and late night, maybe, than during the morning show. Because the morning show, it goes pretty smoothly without people getting moderated by Google. But, you know, what are you going to do?
Is that a thing? Google automatically moderates the comments? And
yeah, sometimes. Like I had one of my comments. I made a joke, Jack. I did a stream last night where I went over some of the mean comments people left me on my videos.
Right.
And I only got one moderated. I only got one deleted by Google. So, you know, YouTube. So that was good. Once I figured out that's what they were doing, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna have to pull my punches a bit more.
So wait, they like you took you were replying in the comments, or you were responding to them?
I was responding to someone in the comments during the show, and I made a joke, and Google just didn't like that.
They just shut the comments down altogether.
It just only by individual. The whole comments did not disappear.
But you were responding in comments.
Yes, exactly. Well, yeah, in the chat and everything.
Ah, well, that's different. I thought they were like, you know.
You got to keep them moderated. That's right. Come out and play. I see what you did there.
Yeah, me too.
Wow. So, so, you know, Tom McDonald, super talented guy. Go check out his YouTube channel. The link is at the very top of our chat. And, of course, it's in the description in the video, too. Completely underrated dude. Completely underrated. And if you haven't seen the video that got him on Adult Swim, then it's right at the top, right there, prominent on his YouTube channel. And it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, plenty of fun.
Yeah. So what do you got? So what anything else, Jack Matirko? Anything going on, Jack?
Anything going on in my life? Other than the plugs and stuff, we're still hard at work on the next TSTVHQ event series. Go check those out. Tickets on sale. That's going to be a lot of fun with the stuff that it looks like it's kind of lining up.
So when is the next event's going to be happening?
End of April is going to be the Hexanoct celebration. So it'll be April. I think it's April 28th to May 3rd. I think. Okay. I need to double check that date. It might be 29th. I don't know if we're doing 4 days or 5. But that's going to be good. Bunch of cool stuff, just like the last couple things that we did over there. Well worth the price of admission, if you ask me.
Cheap stuff, man. Yeah, you know, you get a lot for your money. You get a lot for your money.
Yeah. So it's worth coming and hanging out. I really like the platform. I love the way it gives it, like, you know, this kind of club vibe where you can be in one room doing one thing and have something going on in another room. I think I love the platform. So I'm very thrilled to be helping out with the programming and stuff.
And what we're talking about is the Satanic Temple virtual headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
Like a party mansion online.
Yes. That's the description. Party mansion online.
Yeah.
It very much is kind of like that. It's super fun. So, you know, keep an eye on that website, because I'm sure they'll start posting what the events are going to be as soon as they get things locked into place and they can start announcing. Right. Otherwise, like I said, I'm working on a new season of Ongoing Necessary Pursuit on TST TV. I've got a couple ready to go. I'm hoping that I'll be able to start putting those out in a week or two. I want to get enough of them in the can. You know, I like to have that show where I've got a buffer, because what I've found is I'll start with like 4 episodes taped and be doing one a week, and then the guests kind of slip a little or something comes up. So I like to have that buffer space, so by the time I get to the end of the season, hopefully I'm not recording it the day before. You know. Yeah,
you don't want to do that, dude. You don't want to.
No, because, you know, there's editing and stuff that has to go on with that show. So I try to have that buffer space. But I'm doing another 13 episode season, and that'll be very fun. The ones I've already taped are excellent. You're a guest on one of those.
I feel like you got me at a really good time, and I was able to.
I'm very happy with how that interview turned out. So I hope everybody comes and checks it out when it goes up.
Cool. Yeah. So everyone, tomorrow I'm doing the show from 9 a.m. till when we're done. I guess that's around 10. Typically a little bit before, sometimes a little bit after. And Monday through Friday, that's what we're doing. And we're going to be back here that next Sunday, a week from now. And
167 hours.
Wow, I like that. All right. Simply Secular says, I always thought that the Satanic Temple was the spot on the head where the horns grew out of.
Oh,
I understand.
Cute.
Right? Yeah. Jack Matirko, where can people find you online, sir?
Atlet Flashing on Twitter is the best place to get a hold of me right now. It's just where my jam is. I can't figure out Instagram to save my life. I don't understand that culture. It doesn't work for me. So until some other thing comes around that I feel more comfortable using in the social media space, that's where you can get a hold of me. Otherwise, yeah, I'm either kicking around in the background at VHQ, or I've got shows on TST TV, and you can watch them and get a hold of me and tell me how terrible you think I am, or not, whichever.
There you go. All right. Well, that's it for the show, I guess, this week. A lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, Jack Matirko. I
did too. I think this was good. It's nice to do an episode without a guest every once in a while.
The less thinking I do, the better I feel. That's what I found. I think that's a great way to end. All right, everyone in the chat, thanks for showing up. I hope you had fun. If you're just tuning in, you missed a whole bunch of really weird and funny and quirky videos. You can go back and check them out. And I hope everyone stays healthy, strong. And what were you going to say something, Jack?
I was just going to say, Andy, it completely slipped my mind. We didn't mention, I'm sure you brought it up on your morning show, but we didn't mention that you got name checked in USA Today.
Yes, dude.
I completely left that off the table. Let's talk about that now.
There's so much. The thing is, we only see each other once a week, and it's such a crazy week. And actually, we didn't do a show last week because of me, because I was exhausted. And you're right. I was on, USA Today, they covered one of my stories, my little satirical stories, and they put my name in the newspaper. So my name was up in lights. And I'm not even still hooting and howling about it. I'm not even saying what a great, hilarious person I am. I'm just trying to focus on the next joke. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, no, I'll what is it? I will Flavor Flav your Chuck D on this one, and hype the USA Today story for it.
Thank you. You tons of mice. Fork stab. Fork stab is the funniest thing. Yeah, well, thanks for mentioning that, Jack. Yeah, I was really happy with USA Today. Actually, a buddy of mine.
It was a whole article just about that thing you made up. That was amazing.
I have to tell you, if I ever make enough money on my device, on the blog, on YouTube, it's just going to be Operation Mayhem, Jack. That's all I'm saying. This is just a precursor to Operation Mayhem in case I ever get enough resources. And then it's going to be no holds barred. It's just going to be crazy. There'll be poop. There'll be poop catapults. There'll be the whole 9 yards.
Well, I hope the press enables you.
Well, to live is to hope. That's what it is. To live is to hope. All right. Well, thanks for mentioning that, Jack. Everyone in the chat, thanks. And we'll be back again next week, probably with a guest.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button.